these guys and these Dark Dwarfs do a fair amount of damage. So you want to be careful. You want to at least try and take one of them out before it gets back to them. He's actually going for Hans because Hans has lower defense. Kind of squishy. But like I said, he's an archer. You don't really want to put him up too far up close. This guy's going for Ken. He shouldn't do too much damage. Now, for a knight, Ken doesn't have a lot of HP starting off, but later on he'll have much more. Alright, hopefully TRX will finish this guy off. Nope, still alive. No second attack. Alright, he's only at 1 HP. He should be soft pickings for somebody. Gong's gonna get in there and attack the Dark Dwarf. Sometimes I'll get a little bit greedy and I'll start attacking the Rune Knight, trying to just get those couple extra experience points before I pour it out. But one time, somebody decided to get a critical hit and a flurry in the same thing. I may be remembering that wrong, but it's possible to accidentally kill guys, and I don't want to do that just yet. Anyway, alright, we're gonna go after this guy because I don't think they have too much of a magic resistance. Yeah, 7 points of damage, leaving him at 1 HP also. Alright, Hans is gonna back up. And he's gonna attack this guy. I think that might actually be the level up for Hans. I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out, obviously. Yeah, that's a level. Speed increase and no attack or HP bonuses. So he'll be a lot more mobile, but he's still gonna have some trouble dealing damage. Alright, like I said, that's exactly what I was talking about, so I can't go back and do this battle. I also can't get that card by having the main character finish the guy off. So I guess that's not happening. You saw there, 1, there's still an enemy left, and 2, that I picked up an item. So what happens when you finish the victory conditions, just everybody, or all the enemies end up dying on screen. So even if I hadn't beaten everybody else first, it would still be the end of this mission. Alright. So we're going to come out here. I'm going to go ahead and retreat again and save. I could actually just restart and do that battle over again and then not kill the guy with the critical hit, but I don't really care that much. The game's fairly easy, especially on your first run through. Now, if you do the New Game Plus, the characters do start to progressively get harder. I'm not sure if they're leveling up or if there's just kind of some scale thing on it, but like I said, on your first playthrough you don't have to spend a lot of time grinding. Alright. So we're going to go and start the second battle, and I'll probably call it a stream after this. I don't want them to be too long. Alright. So this is your first battle with terrain, and you'll see how it affects your different guys. Alright, so right here, there was that earthquake earlier, so you can't come back the way you came. So if you're wondering why you just don't walk around and why you have to fight through all those guys, that little earthquake shattered everything, so you can't actually go that way. Now, this game, because it is turn battle, or turn-based combat, you do have to wait for all the other guys to go, and they have a lot, well, I'm not going to say a lot more, but they have more characters than we do, so it takes them a little while to move. And they're spread out, so most of the time they're going to sit there and hold their position and wait until you come to them. And obviously these guys are close, so they're going to try and gang up on this guy. But they can't get close enough. Now, Ken, as a centaur, has a real hard time moving around in this mountain terrain, so he's going to end up falling behind real fast. But once he gets to the plains, which is the flat, or in just the grass areas, he'll move through everything much faster, so he should be able to catch up. Now, again, only one of my guys has leveled up, and that's a little upsetting to me. I do like to level up. I also wanted to show you everybody's magic, but it'll be alright. Alright, you'll notice that I'm not always just killing guys straight off anytime I have the chance. I do want to soften them up so other guys can get more experience, because you do get more experience for getting the kill as opposed to just hitting people. No, Gong here should finish this guy off. Nope, still alive. That's fine though. And there was that counterattack I was talking about earlier. And Gong's at about half health. He can probably take one more hit before I have to worry about healing him. Alright, I'm gonna do something a little silly and put my mage right up in here in front of like both of them. But because of the terrain, she can only get hit from two sides. Also, you can't walk through enemies. I'm sure you guys figured that out by how I'm moving around them. Alright. From the level up, if you gain like magic points or hit points, you don't automatically heal them or gain them. You have to actually leave the battle to get those. So earlier, she had, I think, 7, then she gained 4. Now she's still at 5 out of 11. Alright, yeah. They might actually kill her. Alright. No second attack. Alright, she'll live for now. I'm probably going to have to heal Gong after this too. Unless he dies. Yeah, he's fine. Alright, and again, you see how he has almost no movement in these mountains. Literally any space forward, there's already somebody sitting in. He's got one of the higher speeds, so he moves before some of the other guys. Alright. I'm actually just going to pull Luke back a little bit so somebody else can get in there and finish off these goblins. Now, this is my healer. Normally you don't want him to get in there and attack, but it's the early game, so you can get away with it. And you do see your healers falling behind a lot in level, just because they're healers and they can't actually kill things most of the time. It's real frustrating. Now, right now, T-Rex, his only spell is Egress, which is Escape, so he can't really attack. But later on, when he levels up, he does get more spells. One is an attack spell. Usually only targets one person, but it does a lot of damage. Now Hans, just because he's ranged, he's also an elf, so the forest train doesn't hinder him as much, so he can move a lot better than the other guys. Alright, Gong's up. Instead of attacking, I'm just going to move him forward and heal him. One of the nice things about the healers, they can actually heal themselves. It's not limited to just your allies. Now, it just, yeah, okay, it shows the experience points there, and then the HP there. So if you're like, oh, my guy didn't heal, they did, it just didn't show it. Now, I'm just going to have Tao finish this guy off. That way he doesn't come up behind her and stab her in the back, and I don't want to lose her. Also, I don't want to have to go to the priest and revive them. Hopefully I won't have to show you that, and I can keep my word on the Nuzlocke thing, but you know, I'm just going to say it. We're going to be doing a Nuzlocke. If it gets to the point where I lose too many characters and it's hard, I guess I'll abandon it. But for now, I'm going to stick to the Nuzlocke. Now, I have seen speedruns of people, they actually just skip getting the main party here. That's everybody except for Gong. But you can't do that in the GBA version. You can only do it in the original version, which was on either the Sega Genesis or the Sega Master Collection for PC, which is where I first played it. But you used to be able to leave the town before you got your team, but in this one, they have the guards standing guard over the gate. Imagine that, right? Guards guarding something. I'm debating if I want to get to the end of this battle and then escape, or if I'm just going to fight through. Right now the levels are looking a little lopsided, but it's still early. In the game, anyway. Not here. Here it's almost midnight. No, here it is past midnight. So, as soon as I'm done with this battle, I think I'm gonna save and call it a night. This episode's already looking like it's going to be past 30 minutes long. That's fine. First episode's always long. Gotta introduce everybody, the game, and me. This is my first Let's Play, obviously. So I'm still trying to figure a lot of this stuff out. Figure out the kind of player I want to be. If I want to be the super informative or the random guy. I'm going to say it a lot too, and I hate myself every time I do, because I have a much better vocabulary by that, but having to always keep talking, it's rough. It really is. Now, I don't want to get Gong too close, because he'll get jumped. There it goes again. Because it is a grid-based game, unless the guys are ranged, you can only ever have 4 people around you. Now, when they start getting into the range combat, you can get ringed on all sides. But for now, because the other team doesn't have any rangers or ranged characters, you'll see archers and guys with spears, like Ken has, and they'll start crowding around, and you'll see guys dying a lot faster. And their Gong is counterattacking. He doesn't like getting hit with a critical from the other team. Finally levels up, and 3 points in attack increase and 2 in defense, and he's a little bit faster. So he'll do a little bit more damage now, but again, in the late game, he's not doing a lot of damage too fast. Try and get some of these guys off him, that way he doesn't get attacked and killed. And again, low, bringing up the rear. And of course, nowhere for him to stand to attack people. But most of the time, the computer will just go straight after him. So if you stick him out there, just hope he doesn't die, and the guys will come to him. I feel like Hans is gonna level up real fast. I'm gonna back Gong up again and heal him. Hopefully somebody else can get in there and finish some of those guys off to get some experience points. I would like it to be Ken, so what I might end up doing is just killing the Dark Dwarfs and leaving those weak goblins there for somebody else to pick up. Again, I'm greedy and I like to see Tau gain levels up. And if I can do it without using my MP, makes it easier. Because for now, she doesn't have a lot. Yeah. The Dark Dwarf will usually go straight after the main character, try and knock him out, but he's got a high enough defense to where it doesn't matter. Again, if you do put your mages out there, they will get attacked. And if they're not sufficiently leveled, it is not uncommon for them to die in one hit. I'm being, I don't know, rather careless with them right now. Alright. Luke can't get in to attack anybody except for this goblin, which he's at low HP, so I'm going to leave him alone and hope somebody else can mop him up. So, I'm going to show you another thing. If you find your healers are lacking in the experience department, you can actually heal somebody and you'll still get experience, even if you don't heal anything. It is only the 10 experience, but it's still something. Alright, you see these guys have got me blocked off right now. I'll go out and attack the Dark Dwarf. He usually has high defense, so I want to soften him up so I can eventually just run through and somebody else can clean up the goblins. Now, I'm going to stand next to the goblin, but I can still attack on this diagonal. It's not like... Actually, I can't think of any games that make you attack if you're agitating somebody other than like HeroClix, but I doubt anybody here plays that because that's a board game. They do have an online version, but that's neither here nor there. Now, I'm out of MP here, so I can't heal my main guy like I was planning on doing. So we're just going to go ahead and attack this goblin and make a hole so somebody else can come through. Hopefully Lo will eventually be able to reach T-Rex and heal him up, because I would hate to lose in the first episode. That would be dreadful. Alright. I might actually lose Tau, just because I'm being careless, putting her out there. Hopefully I can get somebody out there to help defend her. And again, most of them will go straight after the main character. He's getting kind of low on HP though. I kind of wish this was a little bit like Advance Wars. The more damage your guys had, the less attack power they had. But that is not the case. If you are wounded, you are still as strong as ever. Alright, Tau's still in this. She's got no magic though, so she's almost worthless now.